Hello. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. I pre-ordered it so that I could play it today. It's here. It's probably gonna be really loud, so I apologize if it's really loud off the bat. I didn't boot it up. I wanted to do this completely blind. Uh-oh. Powered by Wise. This is gonna be like the most demanding game on my computer. Show subtitles, show compass. Show compass? I guess, yeah, we're not in like some wacky world. It's a little slow right now. It's kind of chunking. Important for your health and safety when playing video games. If you have a history of epilepsy and or seizure. Alright. If this message is important to you, you already know this message well. If you don't know this message well, you should know it, get to know it, because it's an important one. Any history of epilepsy or seizures, consult your doctor before watching this stream. Okay. Oh, it looks like Streamlabs broke. Always fun, always cool. I know that the stream is still going, but I can't see anything. So, I'm gonna close the game. Not close the game, I'm gonna close Streamlabs, reopen it. Yo! It's a remix of the song! Hold on. Holy shit. I mean, of course they kept the song, but like, goddamn. I'm gonna open up Twitch chat on my phone for now, I think. That way we can just still go. We're only gonna do like an hour and a half, unfortunately. I want to play so much more, and we probably will, honestly. But for now, I need to go to my fucking button. This is the stream manager, I think? Yeah. Okay. Now let's keep it. What a smart option. Save and close. Oh, it looks like Streamlabs fixed itself. Kinda. For a moment. 3, obviously. Performance disclaimer. HDE limitations. Please be aware that the game may not perform optimally due to the use of slower or heavily fragmented hard disk drive. You may experience stutters, longer loading times, texture pop-in, frame rate drops, and occasional glitches. To enhance your gaming experience, consider upgrading to a solid-state driver, running a defragmentation on your hard drive. Let's just see how it goes, and if it goes wrong, bad, I'll defrag and go live again. It's a song from the beginning of the first game. Well, we're literally picking up right where we left off, huh? Nope, we're outside. Hole in the wall, hole in the wall.
Behold, child, you are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden. Hear now my voice, and know that I am your friend, and I am called Elohim.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Good. Boy. Yeah. I had to hit my sensitivity button one. There we go. Wow. We got a blueness door. Alright, jammers are still a thing. Well, you don't have to unlock a box this time. One solitary dead tree and an oasis. Cool.
This land is but a dream.
Oh, okay.
You will stay here only for a little while. Soon, you will awaken in a new world. But first, you must undertake the trials of initiation. They will help me prepare your vessel.
Ooh. There's some special red boys.
Do not be afraid of these dream figures and their messages. They are merely aspects of yourself, as am I, after a fashion.
It's the blacksmith. He was in, the Gehenna. I must forge the tools by which humanity will rebuild itself and transform the world into the Eden that it never was. The blacksmith. Cool, we got some reoccurring characters. Very nice, very good. Where did... Oh, right over here. God, I'm so fucking good at puzzles.
Well done,
The
my
first
child.
puzzle. I'm actually gonna turn the volume down slightly more. Fencing. Might as well jump over, see what's up. I see. Okay, wait, hold on. Cool. Hieroglyphs are neat. Within reach. Like Halo. I feel like we're gonna need to get that cube. Never mind.
The shapes you are collecting are not mere toys. They are symbols of the process by which our people were created.
It's a fucking monitor. Oh. Am I, like, trying to jump to that? No, it's offering to let me jump to there. Well, that's interesting. Maybe we can manipulate that. Dang it. Here's an idea. Go up here, right? And we... Fuck yeah! I broke the boundaries, I think. Oh, and also this is broken. Well, I did that thing that I probably shouldn't have done. Oh, never mind, we have a way out. But we're even closer to the dead trees. I'm afraid, admittedly. But interesting that this is broken.
You may linger in my garden for as long as you wish. But remember, my child, that the new world awaits you.
Like One
And
Piece.
this place is only a dream.
Alright, let's go open a door to open another door. Okay. We're getting a little harder. Don't take that out of context. Is there anything else in here? There's a little nook. Little nook. It's not actually a nook, just the top of the wall. You're introducing us to all of the same things from the last game. I see. Yes, of course. Oh. Of course, sir. My mistake. Jamar. I don't know where I'm taking this. Oh, I see.
Excellent.
Thank you. Is that writing on the wall? No. I don't want to miss wall writings, because, I like them. The world is full of limitless beauty, and I wish to see as much of it as I can. At the single slit experiment. I remember that from college. Sorry. It's also not true. I've never gone to college. Oh, we have to go in there? That's not too bad. Oh, I see. What'd that do? Oh. Thanks. Guess that's easier than blocking it with my body. Although I wonder. Would that have worked? No, it wouldn't have. Although... I was trying to see if I could wedge past it. Oh! I understand this one already. But now I'm lost. How do I get it back up there? You don't have to, stupid. It's already going. You just go on. I don't know what powers this one. I guess it's just always
Very
going.
good.
Thanks. I could leave now, I think, but I'm gonna go over here. I played Sigils of Elohim, bitch. You can't fool me.
I am proud of all my children. Out
Awesome.
of a world of ruins, they have built a new Jerusalem. And there, your brothers and sisters await you to celebrate your birth.
Wait, hold on. This is just the other side of the... Yeah, okay. This is the other side of this gate. But what's weird is that it can open. That's what's weird about it. It's one of the openable gates. It's not like... Why would it be openable? Is that where I came from, or is that a secret? No, that's where Blacksmith's message was. No, it's just a hole in the wall. Okay. We have a redirector. Now, if there's one thing I've learned over the time playing this game, it's that you make them go up. This is like the Talos Principle 1 recap episode. Oh. Two colors, two doors. Well, we have one open door, a box. That's to get your pieces in order. Another redirector. Makes sense, given that there's two beams and two doors. Aha. Trying to get into this door. Understood. Yes. Of course. Oh. That's easy, baby. Destructive interference. Bombs, then? You mean to say bombs? Wandering mines? Or the beams? The beams, in fact. Very well. I must. I have solved this puzzle. I love when we get the lumpy, gross version of this model. Like when we stand farther back and it gets lumpier and lumpier and lumpier. Oh my gosh. We really gotta like defrag or do something to fix that. I don't want to be. Touch. Okay. We got a blue and a blue. Okay. That's for the next puzzle. That doesn't matter. And it's as simple as that. Fundamental connections. Well, let's take what we got. And we're just trying to get it to wrap around to this side. Alright.
Thank you, child. I have finished preparing your vessel. Now, hear my advice. A new world awaits you, full of dangers and mysteries, signs and wonders. Things that I, in my garden, could never have imagined. In that world, you will have to be careful and smart and curious. But above all else, you will have to be human. Step into the light, child, and awaken.
Whatever happens, we're in it together. Lilith. Oh, I guess, yeah, because the Gehenna boys all live in my head. So they're like my subconscious, effectively. Also, that looked like a fancy door we could go through. Ab initio. Finish the calibration process. Might have read that wrong, but I'm gonna try and read them all out as we get them, because they might have some sort of lore, I don't know. I really like this game franchise. So far, I like Talos 1 a lot, and what we just did was effectively the recap of Talos 1, just all the puzzle mechanics. That's not true. We didn't do any of the time stuff. We didn't get the platform.
Ah, you're awake.
Oh,
Welcome to the world of the living.
hello.
Oh, you're polite. What a rare combination of traits. If only the algorithm produced more people like you. Oh, but I'm confusing you. Don't worry.
33.
Everyone is confused at first. You see, we all start out without a full knowledge of our own history, so we have the freedom to form our own opinions. Of course. You want the short version or the long version?
It's the sigils of Elohim symbol. I want to know everything in excruciating amounts of detail.
All right, you asked for it. A long time ago, our ancestors dominated this planet. We call ourselves human, like they did, but they were organic. They built an advanced technological civilization. But unfortunately, their impact on the ecosphere caused changes in the climate. And an extremely contagious virus was released from the permafrost. That's something our historians still debate. Why weren't they more prepared? Why did they invest so many resources into making war, and so few into useful research? It's hard to understand. But no
Neath.
matter the reason, in the end, they simply ran out of time. A team led by a scientist, Alexandra Drennan, began a project that was intended to create a new humanity. But knowing that there wasn't enough time, Drennan initiated a process, a series of iterations inside a simulation that would lead to the emergence of true artificial intelligence. That's why we remember Drennan as the progenitor. The simulation was controlled by Elohim, who wasn't really meant to be intelligent in the proper sense of the word. But it all took much longer than anyone had expected. And over the centuries, Elohim actually became sentient. Sentient and afraid. He didn't want the simulation to end, so he tried to cheat. I feel sorry for him, really. The whole simulation was built around learning to defy him. It must have been hard to be in that position. When the simulation was completed, he became part of all of us, and it really changed him. It freed him, I think. You'll always hear him in sleep mode, taking care of you. That's what he is, after all. A caretaker.
Your eyes are freaking me out. But awesome. I like your arc power core.
There was Milton, the intelligence in charge of the archive, a project initiated by Arkady Chernyshevsky, which was meant to collect all of humankind's knowledge. His story is a lot like Elohim's, but Milton became the ultimate cynic. They say he's part of us too, in some way. It did. Long after our ancestors died out, the first new human was born. We call her the Founder, although the name she took was Athena. She then woke up Cornelius and Eustathius. Together, using the tools left behind by the progenitors team, they created 10 more humans. These 12 who followed the Founder are known as the First Companions. Athena and the First Companions then set out to rebuild the world, and they founded the city of New Jerusalem. But then one day, she suddenly disappeared. Many still await her return. Before the Founder vanished, she set a goal for this city. We call it the goal. Capital G and all. To make 1,000 new humans, and so complete New Jerusalem. Well, that's the official story, the way the mayor tells it. Some of the First Companions, like Byron, don't believe that Athena really wanted us to stop growing. They think her ideas have been twisted and embellished.
What do you think?
They may be right, but I didn't see Athena very much in the years before she left. Maybe actually leaving the simulation and seeing the destruction left behind by our ancestors changed her mind. You're welcome. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. When you're done, head outside. They're waiting for you. Your birth is quite the event.
Hold on, am I immortal?
You won't age like our ancestors did, but of course, there is always some wear and tear. You should probably schedule a checkup every decade or so. Oh, and be a bit careful with water. You won't die if it rains or anything, but we're running low on insulation material. I wouldn't go swimming if I were you.
Okay, water bad.
Me? Well, as you can tell by my number, I'm quite old. I wasn't one of the First Companions, but I did know Athena personally. She and Cornelius taught me a lot. Although I suppose I've made a few improvements here and there since those days. We didn't have a lot to work with in the beginning.
Well, you do now that your job is obsolete.
You've only just been born, and already you step right into a major controversy. The goal, as most people understand it, was fulfilled the moment you were born. Now, New Jerusalem is complete, and we can live in balance, without damaging the world like our ancestors did. That's the orthodox view, I suppose, but there are many who disagree. You'll have to figure out where you stand for yourself. I haven't really thought about it. This is all I've done for the last few centuries, and I like doing it. I guess for now I'll just take a break, and we'll see what happens. Oh, one more thing. Like all citizens of New Jerusalem, you have access to the interface, which you can use to read the news, chat to your fellow citizens, and so on. It's a crucial tool, and modular too. You can easily add new functions. Just don't subscribe to too many newsletters at once.
Whoa! Completion Day Celebration. Welcome to New Jerusalem social media. Please familiar yourself with the following rules. Treat everyone with respect, regardless of their number. Don't take the founder's name in vain. Respect the principles of the goal. The Arfrugs people discussion is now banned. Inactive threads will be archived. If you have any issues, please ping the moderators. Jeremy 832, name 11, Aronax 430. I remember name. She was another one of the people on the walls in Talos. Okay, interesting. So our character that we play as in the first game, that's this character, right? Or no? Or is the one at the in the first game Athena? I'm a little confused, but I'm sure we'll learn. We'll learn. Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, your hard work and faith in the Founder's vision has finally paid off. At long last, the goal, established so long ago, will finally be reached. The 1,000th member of our family will be born, and our beautiful city will finally be complete. As space at the dam is limited, tickets will be made available via a lottery system. The celebration will also be streamed. End of thread. Okay. Can I go into... What's going on back there? Weird. That's the thing there. What's this table? Well, aren't you a funny little square of lights? Tell me your secrets, Dark One. Oh.
Look, it's 1K.
Hey, 1K! Welcome to New Jerusalem!
Shouldn't the mayor be starting his speech?
This should be interesting. At least give him a chance.
Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, Many years ago, when the Founder stepped forth from the simulation, this was a land of ruins. Our ancestors, in their hubris, undermined the natural foundations on which their world had been built. Because of their arrogance, our species found itself on the brink of annihilation. The Founder aimed to set us on a new course.
You never even met the Founder.
Her vision was of a city, a new civilization that would know its limits. It would not repeat the mistakes of the past, nor impose its will on this Earth. To that end, she set the great goal we have been striving towards. 1,000 new humans. And today we have... Oh dear, what's that?
That's a good question. What's that? Oh, fuck.
People of New
It's
Jerusalem,
Prometheus.
I am Prometheus, and I will reveal that which was hidden. The flame has awoken and summons you. Who is brave enough to answer its call? We await you upon our island where... Curse you, Pandora. You will not chain me again.
Fuck. Prometheus gets chained up by Pandora. Interesting. We're just not gonna talk about it.
I told you we should have investigated those energy readings. And I told him there's something up with those structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
This isn't
yeah,
caution,
Athena was
it's
the first one
stagnation.
That we played as in the
Exploration's
first.
too dangerous. Expansion, too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
And I call you an idiot.
Here's a thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm gonna need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the Founder and all that nonsense. If you're up for an adventure, meet us at the conference room.
Well, I am up for an adventure. These look like really non-functional roads, but maybe it's like that, that like... Oh, wow. I suppose we should take in the environment. Like those, low surface area like sphere, quote-unquote. Maybe it's like that. I like that the circles get real chunky from slight distance. We should defrag. Ding dong. Oh, I get kicked out this way. And briefing.
What's broken now?
$558. Josephus. Be humble, recognize the limits. We are not above nature. I want to check out stuff, though. My human instinct is to explore. Look at those 3 balls with those triangles on them that I bet are actually really cool looking if I had
I know
high
you're
res.
all having
There's even
fun
more
down
out
there,
there.
but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers, or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you? That's it. That's it. Don't worry, 1K. I see you there in the elevator. I'll have you moving again in a jiffy. Great way to start life in a
Yeah, we should
city, huh?
defrag, because we can't really tell what's going on with these spheres,
What the
but I'm pretty
heck
sure
is
it's
a
like a bunch of...
jiffy? These bloody language libraries.
So I assume that they're more stuff like those winding bridges on the cubes, but... or spheres, sorry. My brain's fucking... I've become XQC, destroyer of brain cell. Who are you? Oh!
Hey, hold on there. You're the newbie, aren't ya?
Oh, it's
Number
Doge
1000.
666.
I figured the dam would go dry before we reach the goal. I have a question. How does it feel to you to be born with a randomized psyche into a society of autonomous thinking machines which so much resemble their long-extinct ancestors, they've decided it's best that you're the last one ever made?
I don't believe in feelings, I'm just a machine. It makes me feel hungry, sad, angry, calm, excited, curious.
Why?
I don't see a way to explain it. All things considered, I'm lucky to be here to see this at all. By limiting our growth, they were more assured of seeing tomorrow. Look around, it's a robot city. What's there not to like?
So, the algorithm assigned you the optimism trait. If only we could all be so lucky. Now, listen. This meeting isn't strictly happenstance. I have some friends. The kind of people who like to know what's going on with other people. They think you can help each other out. Of course you are. You know how to use the interface, right? I'll talk to my friends and see if I can't play matchmaker.
Okay.
And before you go, a word of advice. Not everything around here is how it appears.
Okay.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
Can I wander a bit first?
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later, and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
If we could focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand, Herman. Or under a dome, as it were.
Let's not get sidetracked. We're here to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
I'll simply keep listening.
Al's right. Let's move past this for now and deal with this transmission. Yakut, please start the briefing.
All right, here we go. Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K. We first became aware of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition about 6 months ago. It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind. We recorded extremely unusual fluctuating energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in us.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for some time now. And at this point, I'm forced to agree that it's necessary.
Yeah.
I agree.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved. Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
Sorry, not interested.
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Before you set out so hastily, do consider exploring the city first. It is your home, after all.
That's a good idea. Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
Explore New Jerusalem. Optional.
What can I do for you, 1K?
What's your vision of the future?
I believe we can exist quietly, happily, without imposing ourselves on this world, finding meaning within ourselves and in the natural miracles that surround us. It was a time of great uncertainty. The Founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads. History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, revolution, civil war. Our fragile city could not afford such things. That is why the Founder gave us the goal, a path to equilibrium, not only for the planet, but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off. He is one of the first companions, and as such has done more for our city than you or I ever will. I simply wish he could be more reasonable. It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Yeah. I'm gonna explore the city. See it, dweebs. How do I get through this door?
Attention all citizens. Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The
my
Gehenna
toes.
Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being. Thank you, and may the Founder be with you.
I'm gonna be looking at that. That's a nice song. Yeah, this is how the domes are supposed to look. Not supposed to look like silly triangles. Postponed in accordance with the new power management and distribution plan. Oh. What the Founder was that thing in the sky? We all saw that, right? I didn't accidentally turn on sleep mode while Herman was talking, did I? I mean, it's always tempting. No, we all saw it. Can confirm. I believe it was a sign from the Founder. What else could it be on this day of all days? Pretty incoherent for a sign. I didn't even finish what it was trying. It didn't even finish what it was trying to say. But does the founder have energy insufficiency problems too? The founder works in mysterious ways. I don't think it was a sign. Maybe. It could be possible. I don't think it was a sign. Out of the mouths of babes. How could such remarkable display of unimagined powers not be a sign? It's something, but not necessarily the founder. It could be a sign of life, but that doesn't mean it's intentional. It could be coincidence, a technological accident. It's something, but not necessarily the founder. Sounds reasonable enough to me. Something weird is going on for sure, but what? We'll have to see. Riddles and puzzles are the foundation of our journey. So it began, perhaps so it will continue. I know you all have been looking forward to play the winners of the biannual Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition, now in its 312th edition at the Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. Unfortunately, due to our new power management and distribution plan, the pavilion will have to remain closed a little longer. Thank you for your patience. This is disappointing. Would have been great to have them ready for completion day. We all have to make sacrifices to stay true to the Founder's vision. Oh, those text adventures are the only thing that breaks me out of this monotony. Why prioritize its pointless completion day celebration over an exhibition that people actually care about? Art is one of the last things we actually still do. Is that going out the window as well now? Debate regarding our power management plan is definitely welcome, and you will be able to express yourselves in the next election. But this thread was just meant as an announcement. I apologize for enabling replies to begin with. Research. This is a test. Please ignore. Just testing the system to see if it works properly this time, so we don't have another incident like when Pellegrino uploaded his poetry to the public log. It happens, man. I'm gonna take a quick picture of this. Well, that's the blurriest fucking photo I've ever taken. Cool. Basic information. Wait, hold on. Basic information from our first expedition. The island designated TTP-2 was first noted during the return journey from a scouting expedition, which was diverted in the intended path due to unexpected weather report. Long-range scans indicated the presence of large artificial structures and also returned highly unusual energy readings. The matter was not investigated further. In ancient times, the northern part of the island was home to several large settlements, but rising sea levels have obliterated these and flooded the northern lowlands. The south, in stark contrast, seems to be a harsh and lifeless desert. Our intended base camp is near the origin of the energy readings in the temperate center of the island. Okay. There's this on the side here. I bet that it's like a secret language or something. Chapter 5 of Whittington's Cat and Another Cat That Visited Strange Countries. As no work about cats could be complete without the story of Dick Whittington from Protocol. I hope the cat makes a triumphant return in this game.
Welcome to New Jerusalem.
Thanks, Dana. Museum of Simulation. General Moore, Friends of New Jerusalem Gazebo. Gazebo? Gazebo! Gazebo!
Hi, 1K.
Hello. Senchu Nyathon? The gazebo. Oh.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien.
Your lips didn't separate.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus?
Can't have come from the city. It appeared to be human. Whatever it is, it came from inside the city. Surely some kind of trick. It's directed us to an island somewhere. It directed us to an island somewhere. It appeared to be human. I didn't
That's
mean to
undeniably
click.
true. And what does that tell us?
We can probably understand its meaning. The origin must also be human. We have no hope of understanding its meaning. I have no idea. The origin must also be human.
We can't know that for sure. It may, as Jacques suggested, be entirely alien and just presenting itself as human. I think wherever it came from, we can reasonably hope to understand it in time. The apparition also directed us to an island outside the city. What can we assume from that?
We may learn more by following its directions. We must treat its directions with suspicion. The sender of this message is obviously at the location. I have no idea. This is the thing that Talos Principle loves doing to me, where I completely agree with like 3 of the 4 answers, because we would learn more by following its directions, but we should treat it with suspicion also. And I don't think it's obvious, but it's possible that the sender of the message is at that location. We may learn more by following its directions.
That was my conclusion as well. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude.
The cause of the phenomenon is more technologically advanced than we are.
Precisely. And that's something we can change.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
So, we're speculating again.
This
We'd
French
like to end the
robot
premises.
keeps
I'd like to hear
getting
1K's
his
best guess.
lips I don't think one of us is behind all this. I mean... I'm trying to remember if there was a Prometheus in the game, but the story of Prometheus is that he gives the gift of knowledge to man, and as new man, he'll give us new knowledge. But then he was cast down into the bowels of hell to have his liver pecked out. It's actually a Tartarus, but not important. It could be one of us, but for the sake of this, I'm gonna say no. I think it's, perhaps some of our ancestors are still alive out there.
Can I quote you on that?
Yes, but it's just a theory.
Theories are all we can reasonably have right now, though I'm sure that won't come between Cryer and a sensational headline. Well, thanks all for hashing this out with me. Let's hope the mayor signs off on exploring this island. I only wish I could join the expedition.
Why can't you join the expedition?
If Melville's going, someone has to stay behind to keep the lights on. I'm not letting Pellegrino near the dam. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Keep bringing up the dam. That don't look like a dam to me. I remember the dam from the end of the last game. Are we on top of the dam right now? Anyway, we went to the gazebo. I wonder if we'll even get to another puzzle before the end of the stream.
Welcome to New Jerusalem.
Thank you, Sirius. What's out here? What the... Well, they did say don't go swimming. But I like the look of this water a lot more than the old Talos Principle water. Oh my. I'm probably going way out of like where I need to be, but I just want to check out over here. There might be like something going on. Is that the dam? Maybe? Are we inside? Is like the dam a big circle? What in the world is casting this shadow? Oh, a friend. Hi, Lapidus. Dossicles.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you. I guess.
You alright?
Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day.
Alright, tell me what's wrong.
You're as new to this world as it gets, 1K. What do you think might give you a sense of meaning? A sense that life is actually worth living?
Pursuing my own self-interest. Combination of factors: love, spirituality, contributing to society, obeying orders. What gives meaning to life? Not pursuing my own self-interest, but pursuing my own interests. Plural. Combination of factors.
That's probably correct. But I've tried a lot of different approaches, and there's always been something missing. Love, 1K. It's our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain. But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
I don't think love is that important. You deserve to find love, we all do. You need to learn to love yourself instead. I don't think there's one specific person who's the only one we can love. Love isn't something you find out there, it's something you build with another person. Perhaps. I don't think love is that important.
I think that's just misplaced ego. Yeah, love takes work, but it's not something you just will into existence. We can't control everything in life, 1K. Try to keep that in mind.
Well, sorry, Dossicles. I didn't mean it in like a... Cat is still around, although it's not. I don't know if it's the same one. Empanada.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Thanks, rat. I like 990 rat. Massage aid used by ancient humans to combat muscle fatigue and other physical ailments common to biological organisms. This prevented pain, the ancient human equivalent of error codes 704, 705, 921, and 932. Piece of sanitary hardware used to dispose of biological excretions resulting from food and water intake required to power ancient human biology. Such hardware was connected to a vast network of subterranean pipes leading to wastewater treatment facilities, a classic example of ancient infrastructure used to control their impact on the environment. Very cool. Purple 998.
Dude, it's you! You're 1K! So nice to meet you, dude. I saw you in the completion day stream. Hey, you checked out all this ancient stuff?
What is a dude? Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Me too! Huh, this is amazing, isn't it?
Your dictation is unusual. What's a dude? Talk about yourself.
I'm almost as new as you are. I'm 998, so I've only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. Pretty cool, though, right? I mean, existence is totally gnarly. Not sure I used that right.
What's a dude?
They're pretty neat, huh? My favorite is that thing called a toilet. Our ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump. And if they didn't, they freaking exploded! Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time. Bummer, huh?
He hit the nail right on the head. If we don't do that 3 times a day minimum, we all explode. Remember to take your 3rd daily shit.
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So we should probably take it easy with the expanding and stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing? That was some freaky stuff, man. Just seems safer to stay in the city.
It's definitely better to be careful.
For sure, dude. I mean, when I woke up, I just had a chat with Neith, and that was overwhelming enough. You got the welcoming committee, and then the giant talking man in the sky.
What do you think Prometheus is?
Honestly, based on everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost.
Who knows? Maybe you're right.
Oh. I was hoping you'd say I'm wrong. Ghosts are creepy, dude.
God, he's so cool. I love purple. Oh, some ancient coins? Currency was an ancient human medium of exchange which played a significant role in their systems of labor and resource distribution. Intense conflicts were sometimes erupted over the possession of these objects, leading to injuries or even death. An inflatable sphere used in the popular ancient human game known as football or soccer. This game was played around the entire globe and aroused great passion in its followers. It was also often simulated digitally, most notably in the form of Football Glory 1994 CE. That's Common Era. Even though this is... You'd think they'd go for, like, BC and AD, given their whole religion motif. But they don't, which is interesting. I guess they are scientific. May I speak with you? Belmarsh.
Founder bless you, friend.
Hi, Belmarsh. Did you see what happened at the dam? What are you doing here? Who are you?
The name I currently go by is Belmarsh. As to who I am, that changes and shifts, don't you find? Every person is an ongoing story, full of twists and turns and surprises.
What are you doing here?
I'm meditating, letting go of narratives like time and space, and simply allowing the illusion that is my ego to merge with everything that surrounds it.
That sounds like the horrific violation of the conscious self. Sounds like nonsense. Sounds like a beautiful experience of unity.
It's not unity, but the absence of division. There was never a self or an other in the first place. Yes, I did, but I'm not particularly perturbed by it. Events occur, my friend, that's all. At the end of the day, we are all one.
God.
You are the founder, and so am I, and Prometheus is just another story we are telling ourselves.
Goodbye. Well, I think Prometheus may... I love this guy sees God come down from the sky and is like, it's just a story, just an illusion of the self. It's like, I don't know, man. You seem pretty there. Hi, what's up? Oh, Lapidus, what's up? The ancient human mastication apparatus required frequent maintenance. This device is theorized to be an advanced electrical tool for this purpose, although some scholars maintain that its actual use was ritualistic and intended to mark the sunrise and sunset. An ancient human projectile weapon used in hunting, warfare, law enforcement, crime, and personal protection. Produced en masse and used around the world. On average, ancient humans killed hundreds of times the population of New Jerusalem per year. A jigsaw puzzle. Ancient humans derive meaning and enjoyment from problem-solving activities, as noted by the progenitor Alexander Drennan. While the item on display was created for small children, ancient humans of all ages voluntarily engaged in such activities. Humans invented complex magnification devices in order to better understand the component parts of the world they inhabited. This led to major discoveries in biology, physics, philosophy, and many other fields. A simple utensil used to transport nutrients to an ancient human's mouth, often found in conjunction with a knife and spoon. A printed edition of the complex works of Straton of Stagiria, a materialist philosopher who defined the Talos principle, edited by Athanasios T. Huber. Huber? Scoobit. Be constant. Remember the goal. Perfection is unchanging. Oh, you can just read text from, like, a fucking mile if you can see it. But from how far? About that far. Archaeological gardens. Cool. Whee! That's not the gazebo.
Hello.
Hi. A tall.
Hello, 1K. Nice to meet you. What brings you to Milton's Rest?
I seem to inherently like cats.
It's funny how common that trait is. At first, I thought it might have been an error in the simulation, but it looks like it was the same for our ancestors. Can you believe that there used to be hundreds of millions of cats on the planet? And people used to make videos of them and share them with the rest of humanity. It must have been incredible.
It was.
I wonder if they appreciated how good they had it.
I do. But maybe not to the extent of how good it truly is. Tell me about cats. Do you have a cat at the monument?
Well, this is the spot where the founder buried her first cat, Milton.
Oh.
She found Milton just after she woke up, and he lived with her and the first companions for almost 20 years. They say she was heartbroken when he died and swore that one day she would find the means to extend the lifespans of biological organisms. Probably, but we haven't really tried. It's not really considered part of the goal, you know. So, unfortunately, our cats still die pretty quickly.
No.
You fall in love with them, they become a part of your life, and then they're gone. That's why we built this place, to remember them.
Death is natural, we should accept it. Well, they already have 9 lives.
I agree, but it's not how things work around here.
Tell me about cats.
They're incredibly odd creatures. I've had many, and no two are alike. They have strange habits, they do unexpected things, they have zero respect for anyone. They're the weirdos of the animal kingdom, basically. And despite that, or maybe because of it, they end up running your life. I once didn't use my recharging station for almost 15 years because one of my cats liked to sleep in it.
What's your favorite cat fact?
I think the most amazing fact about cats is that they self-domesticated, which is another way of saying that they're not properly domesticated at all. They just showed up one day and decided to start living with our ancestors. Then, after our ancestors died, they went back to living in the wild, and when we showed up, they moved right back into our homes. Dogs, meanwhile, turned back into wolves. They needed to change to survive. Cats just are.
That's pretty awesome. That's a cool cat fact.
I do. Her name is Patricia. She's very beautiful and very specific in her preferences. She loves sunshine and sitting on people's heads. And she has a psychotic hatred of flies. I don't mean that she tries to catch them like a normal cat. I mean she is furious at the mere fact of their existence.
I really want to talk more about these cats. Her name is Luna. She smells like tuna. Dana and Fox. The truth is out there. Love you, Nenes. Willie, thank you for getting your hair everywhere. Ginger, destroyer of carpets, devourer of food, connoisseur of cuddles. Zero, destroyer of dreams. That kind of looks like my cat. My cat looks similar. He's got more of a hexagon thing going on, though, with his head. He's got slightly smaller eyes. Misha, the blackest cat, the devil's cat. Sam, is it a cat or a tank? Milton, when everything changed, you made sure I wasn't alone. Oh, cool. Man, I want to talk about cats all day. Also, this is a whole city. Fuck, man. Tablets of the Founder. Create 1,000 citizens, the ideal number of humans. Live in harmony with nature, maintain balance in all things. Be respectful towards each other. Respect the traditions of our people. Be mindful of the mistakes of our ancestors. Be thankful to the progenitor, Alexander Jenner. Be thankful to the keeper of memories, Arkady Chernevsky. Chernyshevsky. Keep bright the memory of Gehenna and its people who found peace. Cool. Thekla.
Founder bless you, 1K.
Thank you, Thekla.
How lovely of you to come here, to the very spot where she established the teachings that led to your creation.
Tell me more about the Founder.
The Founder was born out of the trials of Elohim, an almost impossible test created by our distant ancestors. To pass these trials, she had to embody the most important virtues. She was smart and wise and humble. And through her perseverance, she resurrected humanity itself. With the help of the first companions, she founded this city, which has given our species a chance at redemption.
Who were the first companions?
They were the first to be born after the Founder. 2 whose bodies had been anointed by our ancestors, and 10 who were made whole by the Founder herself. They were the wisest of us. Though sadly, some were lost in the early days, before New Jerusalem was built. And some, I'm afraid, some seem to have rejected the Founder's teachings.
What did the Founder teach?
The Founder taught that humanity was destroyed by its hubris. Our ancestors thought they could play God and treat this planet as something to dominate. They surrendered to a fever of growth and extraction until the planet finally punished them for it. That's why the Founder created the goal. So we would have something to strive for in her absence, but also a limit we must never pass. that's not for us to know. But I believe that one day she will return. It may not be long now. Perhaps after we finish the dome. It was supposed to be finished before completion day. Well, it doesn't matter. The Founder will return when she sees fit.
Okay.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Well, Athena and Prometheus and Pandora are all Greek gods. So maybe there is more connection than I had originally anticipated. Hi, Padme. Hi, Calamachos. Be prudent, conserve energy. Frivolous behavior harms everyone. Alexander Drennan Memorial. Oh, cool, it's the sigils. Hi, Jefferson.
Oh, hello there. You must be the long-awaited 1K.
Yes.
Lovely day for a walk, is it not?
Yes. Didn't you notice that a titanic Greek man appearing in the sky? It is indeed.
I'm glad you think so. Our capacity to enjoy beauty is a big part of what makes us human.
That's unfortunate to hear that in my point of view, because I was saying that to be nice, but I don't feel here or there
The Alexander Drennan Memorial.
Weather.
Are you interested in history?
If it rains, I'm not affected. If it's sunny and warm, I'm not affected. I think so.
How wonderful. I'm not a full-fledged historian, but I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado.
Rad. What particular period of history are you most interested in?
Excellent question. There's so many interesting events to choose from. Obviously, the period just before the end of biological humanity is interesting, and not only from the standpoint of it being the time when we were, in a manner of speaking, conceived, but also because our ancestors were, like ourselves, at a crossroads.
How so?
I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you are the living embodiment of this historical moment. In you, the goal was accomplished. Our growth is finished, and we are complete.
And yet I am still one of 1,000.
Indeed. The future is about to take shape, for good or ill. I suspect it will be exhilarating, but painful as well. Well, where do I even start? This, my dear 1K, is someone who could very well be considered the mother of us all. A remarkable scientist by the name of Alexandra Drennan, also known as the progenitor.
Who was she?
A long time ago, this planet was inhabited by our ancestors, a species of bipedal mammals with unusually large brains. When a particularly lethal virus threatened to wipe out civilization, it was Alexandra Drennan and her team that decided to create the program that would eventually result in the creation of our kind. Without her, you and I would not exist, and everything our ancestors had accomplished would be forgotten.
Why do you admire her? Why do we have a statue of her? Well, admire her because she's the mother of all of us, and we have a statue of her to honor her. But why not?
By studying her writings and recordings, I have learnt that Alexandra Drennan had immovable faith in humanity, in our ability to persevere, in our curiosity, our bravery, our kindness. While we might not share our ancestors' biological characteristics, I'd like to think that we have inherited those other qualities. And I admire Alexandra Drennan for keeping that faith, even when it must have, at times, been quite difficult. To commemorate our past, our beginnings. This entire garden is a celebration of where we came from. In part, so that we remember the mistakes of the past, and in part, so that we may draw strength from those that came before us. Have a nice day.
Have a good one.
The answer that came to me again and again was play. Every human society in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build one.
Almost from the first game.
DNA is information transmitted across time. The living and the dead are part of the same chain, bound together by chemistry. That's true of all species. But humanity has taken this bond further. Thanks to technology, we have access to the thoughts and ideas of people whose physical bodies are long gone. Like you listening to me now. Even though I'm definitely dead at this point, you're part of that chain. You have the capacity to remember. Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth to the composition of the atmosphere itself, has been shaped by life. It's a process that takes millions of years. But we humans, with our technology, with our understanding and manipulation of systems, have changed everything in just a few centuries. I think that's also part of what makes us human. We reshape the world in our image. It's how we create ourselves and how we destroy ourselves. When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through
The hammer of Pompeii.
But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place where real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
Hold on. Doing a cheeky move here. Oh, oh, you can just hop it. Why won't this one? Oh, man. I forget what that one is. We should go back to Talos 1 and, look. Well, I might. In between streams. Archaeological gardens. Oh wait, no, is this where we... No, we came, yeah, we were here. Yeah, we were here. Okay. Right, and then we went there, and then we went there. Is there any way we can enter that big dome? Probably not.
Founder's blessings.
Thank you, Calamachos.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks. And that's the Drennan Memorial. And then if we go over here into this little area, I don't think we've explored this yet. Oh no, we did. Yeah, this is the big fucking slabs. Let's run into the center here. That's where we came from. We came out. Did we go straight ahead?
What do you think that was? It was Prometheus. Not sure, but it wasn't the actual Prometheus. It was some kind of a projection. How do you know it wasn't the actual Prometheus? Because that would be stupid. Would it? How do you know all the ancient gods weren't projections like this one? Maybe whoever sent this projection is behind all those legends. Sure. I guess technically that's possible. But it's not very likely, is it? I don't think any of us are very likely. What if it's a message from Athena? Didn't you say Athena wouldn't approve of all this? I did. Then why would she send us a sign on completion day? And why wouldn't she just show up herself? Maybe she's trying to teach us a lesson. Prometheus is a symbolic figure after all. Maybe it's Mayor Hyman. What? Interrupting his own ceremony? After all the effort he put into it? Maybe he's trying to distract us from the fact that he didn't manage to get the dome done on time. With all the power failures, I don't think we have enough energy to create that kind of projection. Maybe that's why we have power failures. Now you're starting to sound like Jock. Next you'll say, it's aliens. I just prefer to keep an open mind. If you open your mind any further, your brain will fall out.
That's funny.
Found to bless you.
Happy completion day.
Hi, Helga.
Hello, new one.
Hi.
Are you browsing or buying?
I don't see any stock. What kind of shop is this?
The kind that trades in hopes and dreams. Yours for the right price. Is there something your heart desires?
Perhaps.
I've uploaded my most popular items to your interface. Does anything there spark your imagination?
Internal monologue, 10 credits. Future prediction. Inner peace, 1,000. A clean start, variable price. Sensory tuning, 10 credits. Credits?
Oh, you don't have any credits yet. Well, let me extend you some credit. Ka-ching! 55 credits. Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it you wanted?
Internal monologue. Future prediction. Sensory tuning.
That one comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not recommended for all customers. But I can switch yours on for 10 credits if you're sure you want it.
Sure.
As you wish. I'm uploading the new settings now. Do you hear anything?
Why is she staring at me? I don't hear anything. I'm not sure this is working. Wait, no. This is new. I didn't used to think in words like this. It's like there's this little translator turning all my thoughts into some kind of ongoing narrative. It's kind of relentless. How do you make it stop? Do I just not think? I'll try that. Ugh. Is it working? No! Still describing everything in words. This is starting to be...
A bit overwhelming, isn't it? I turned mine off long ago, but some of the older folk learned to live with it. Sure you want it?
Yes.
That's fortunate. Because we couldn't pull that thing out of you without taking half of you with it. It'll mostly run in the background. Just don't think about it too hard.
Wait, is this internal monologue me? Or some kind of virus? Am I a life form which learned to describe itself? Or a parasite which survives by providing a narrative service to its host? Hold on, she's going to say something else.
So, something else perhaps?
Sensory tuning.
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
I'll take it.
Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the door? And beyond that, the river bubbling through the dam.
No, I feel nothing.
Nothing as in you're not impressed by the stat gains, or nothing as in I've accidentally erased your entire sensory system.
I still feel something.
Okay, Few. I'll let you into a secret. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors.
What?
What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention to. So, something else perhaps?
You gave me money and this is a future prediction, so why not?
For 20 credits, I can peer into your future and tell you what I see.
Read my future.
Let me consult the algorithms. Oh dear. I'm afraid you're going to change the world. You will have a choice, but whatever you do, New Jerusalem will never be the same again. I'm sorry it's not better news. Best not to worry about it, dear. You just do your best to have fun in the meantime. So, something else perhaps?
I mean, I don't really have
Before
anything
you
else
go,
to buy.
do you have a
only
moment to participate in some customer feedback? Are you satisfied with what I've given you?
No, all you're selling is words. Yes, you're offering more than you let on. No, never ask me again, seriously. Maybe later. Well, I can't say that, I mean, technically, but the words are the world, according to Elohim.
Yes, you understand. Words manifest the reality they describe. When you name something, you create it. Our minds are algorithms, and the right sequence of language can change our underlying code. With that in mind, I hope you have a good day. Please come back if you need anything else.
What an unusual person. I wonder if that internal monologue thing I bought is going to show up again. Oh, wait, here it is.
Cool, now we have an internal monologue. Awesome. Skewer.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life? Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know?
Yeah,
Hey,
you're
can
not
I have
that
your
old.
digital signature? I have the Mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Alright, I'm just a normal citizen.
No need to be so modest. You're 1K, the one we've all been waiting for. But I understand. The greatest heroes are always humble.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise.
Go ahead.
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the Founder's will. Tell me, what should I do?
Helga is right. You should find something that makes you happy. Mayor Herman is right. You should do whatever the city needs most. Cornelius is right. You need to figure out what your connection to the city is. Did you ask Byron? I was literally just born. I'm the last person who should be offering advice. You should find something that makes you happy. I think that
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
Of course, Skewer. Tell Skewer what to do with his life, or not. If I stand here, will you guys start talking with me? Stilton and doors. 22 and 988. That's 12 off of 1,000. That's 22 off. Museum of the Simulation. Cool. I'll check that in a second. I just want to run around here, see what's going on. Schooler, are you getting caught up on the birds? I had a doctor do that. Replica of a gargoyle asset found in the simulation. Gargoyles were grotesque apotropaic symbols. Atropaic symbols common in the Middle Ages. Most famous historical gargoyle is remembered in the ancient phrase Keith David and Goliath, which describes two indomitable opponents who will never surrender. Replica of a Roman statue found in the simulation. The decay of the Roman Republic into an empire and its eventual fall in the year of 1453 was a major topic of historical debate. Like the other statues found in the museum, this was a video game asset provided to Elohim by the Institute for Applied Nomadics. Replica of a dragon statue found in the simulation. Dragons existed in every ancient mythology and are considered by modern historians to be a distant cultural echo of the dinosaurs. Originally a video game asset repurposed by the Institute for Applied Nomadics. Replica of a statue of the Egyptian god Horus found in the simulation. One of this god's tasks was to uphold Ma'at, the balance of nature. It is speculated that the progenitor provided Elohim with this asset as a reminder of the founder, reminder to the founder that the balance must be protected. In the earliest generations of our kind, there was only processing. No emotion, no character, just mathematics. If you could see how far we've come, you would believe that together we could achieve anything. I don't know where I am, but there is something beautiful about this place. I will explore and see what I uncover. V17.10054. Nothing is more important than learning about the world and our place in it. Knowledge is the path to understanding. Mr. Mulciber.
Greetings.
Oh,
welcome
number
to the
3.
Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K.
You're number 3.
The simulation was created by Alexandra
wanna
Drennan
click. I keep
and her
forgetting that
team
right
at
click
the
does that.
Institute for Applied Nomadics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded,
although it took much longer than they had anticipated.
You're number 3. Why did you create this museum? Tell me about Elohim. I'd like to know more about puzzles. Who are the archive scholars? What was Gehenna? We have a lot of questions to ask. Sorry we aren't getting to the puzzle section of the game, but this is important.
The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not, and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Yes, Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
What was Athena like?
She was human.
Tell me about Elohim.
Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process, to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
But I heard him in my dreams.
That's right. We all do. He's part of our operating system now, and as long as we exist, he will always have a purpose.
Where did Athena leave?
That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
Tell me about Milton.
The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome. No one really knows. Some believe that he was uploaded to the gold disk and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him. I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded. Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future.
I'd like to know more about puzzles.
Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation. And although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
There are puzzles here?
As the name suggests, the archive scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us.
Are you their leader?
Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position. But these days he's retired. Rand is in charge of the archive scholars now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall. He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt.
What was Gehenna?
Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation, where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc. Some small part of them may survive inside you.
Thank you. That's all. Replica of a computer terminal from the simulation. Terminals are allowed access to files on the EL system, including many that were loaded due to errors. They also allowed the founder to interact with the Milton Library Assistant. We'll do a circular rotation, I think. It's Rand.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you?
Sure, okay.
Wait, you're not my assistant. Who are you?
I'm the last human. I haven't chosen a name yet.
Of course. You're the new build. Number 1000. I suppose everyone's been treating you like royalty. This city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters. What do you want?
What are you doing?
I'm one of the archive scholars. We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand.
That's rude. I might if you answer some questions for me.
Oh, well, I'd be happy to.
What do you make of recent events?
Troubling, but tantalizing. We have no idea what motives lie behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing.
What do you think of me?
You're a soon-to-be pawn in a political game over the future growth of this city. All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I'm actively pondering.
What are your ambitions?
The secret of how to lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us. My ambition is simple: to find it and share it. Hold on. Could you help me by going to that terminal in the middle there and running the program on it?
Keep you posted. An ancient virus which threatens the entire human species has been released from a melting Arctic permafrost. Society is collapsing. Select your character class. Politician, scientist, witch, preacher. Scientist. You're a scientist. The laboratory you worked for has collapsed. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed, rations are dwindling, and if you cannot find food, your family will starve. To death. You must survive until this plague is defeated. What will you do? Forage or steal? Crops in the fields aren't ripe yet, but you find a hard green turnip which will keep your bellies occupied for now. Your family's hunger increased a little. Foraging is reliable but inefficient. Your family is now hungry. Global population is now 5 billion. Somewhere else in the city exists one of the last remaining research laboratories, working desperately to find a solution for the viral threat. If the scientists cannot find a cure in time, humanity is doomed. You know what to do. Pursue a breakthrough. Take risks. History seems to be littered with eureka moments heralding a step change in human understanding. Sadly, this isn't one of them. Research level remain the same. Current research level 0. The virus is still okay. Okay, global population now 4, but you and your family seem to be immune to the virus, but it continues to ravage the rest of the town. Rumors say most of the remaining food has been stockpiled by the billionaires in their underground bunkers. What will you do? No point in stealing from the poor. Old fruit and vegetable peeling. Soup for dinner. Your family's hunger increased a little. Foraging is reliable and inefficient. Your family is now starving. They won't survive much longer. Suddenly, the scientists recognize a pattern. The virus is an expression of nature, just like water or cows. And like water and cows, the solution isn't to fight it, because it can't be defeated. The solution is to find a way to live with it and harness its power. Research level increased a lot. Work has begun on developing an antivirus. Global population is now 2 billion. As if things weren't bad enough, a human population dwindled as insect population has exploded. A plague of locusts has decimated the town's unripened crops. But perhaps your family still has a chance. The insects themselves are nutritious and plentiful. What will you do? Eat locusts. The insects are well fed and lazy. You grind them down into nutritious paste with a mildly nutty flavor. Your family's hunger decreased a little. Your family is now hungry. And humanity's final chance. The cure is close, but so is the tipping point in this pandemic. A race against time. Can you save the world? Perhaps continuing to pursue a breakthrough. Promising antiviral has been discovered, but there's still work done on manufacturing and delivering it in time. Suddenly, a breakthrough. The antivirus can be released as an aerosol, carried on the wind and dispersed worldwide in a matter of days. This approach poses some risk to invertebrate life. The spiracles of the cockroaches, flies, and locusts are particularly likely to convert the aerosol into highly poisonous compounds. Estimates suggest a 90% fatality rate among these species, and anything or anyone which consumes them. Use character class special ability. As a scientist, you're convinced there's some way to deliver an antivirus without poisoning the food chain, and your family along with it. And as it turns out, you're correct. Unfortunately, it would take a further 6 months to development, and by then, there really wouldn't be much point. You don't want to lose your family, but as a scientist, there's only one reasonable course of action. Yeah. Saving humanity seems like the obvious ethical choice. The antivirus is released, bonding with the circumulus cloud layer, cirrocumulus cloud layer, and falling as rain all across the planet. 87.5% of the human population has perished. The last remaining billion will live to die another day. Except, that is, for you and your family, who will die this very moment. The poisoning of the insect population you were relying on for food will have far-reaching consequences for the future planet Earth, but not for you, because you all are dead. Congratulations. This is considered a win scenario by the majority of participants. Would you like to try again? No, I accept my fate. Unfortunately.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation. You must have questions.
What was that? You must have questions.
Before our ancestors died, they built an iterative simulation, gave it access to the archive, and hooked it all up to the hydroelectric dam which still runs this city. What you experienced on that terminal was one of the fossilized remains of that program.
What was the goal? What is the simulation? The program on the terminal, where did it come from? What is the archive? What was the goal?
The goal was to create a new consciousness, and thus propel humanity into a post-biological era.
What's the archive?
My life's work. A small sliver of our primordial ooze. It's a jumble of ancient data, or what it evolved into, and it's the source of almost everything we know.
What's the simulation?
My appearance to you right now is part of the simulation. The lands and puzzles in our dreams are part of the simulation. It's the veil through which we see the world. Many of the artifacts we study have no clear origin. We can't know whether our ancestors created them long before the simulation existed, or if they're just a product of our shared subconscious.
No further questions.
Then I have some questions for you. Your experience of the program, how did it feel?
It was fascinating.
Isn't it? It may not immediately seem like it, but all the answers we could ever need are encoded into every fragment of the archive. The interesting thing about this particular program is that no matter what choices you make, an ideal outcome seems to be impossible. It seems to demand sacrifice. Did you have the same experience?
Oh, I got a perfect score and saved everyone.
Who did you save?
I think everyone died, actually.
As I expected. A skeptic would say this artifact existed simply to condemn us with the impossibility of ethical choice. No matter what moral laws we follow, people suffer and die, so what's the point? But that cannot be correct. We must be missing something. What is it trying to tell us?
Morality demands we respect individual rights. Morality demands sacrifice for the greater good. Morality is meaningless. We should do whatever we please. Morality can't be reduced to a simple set of rules. Morality demands love and compassion regardless of the cost. Morality demands virtue. Hello, sir.
You might be right. My research draws me inescapably to the conclusion that there is a concrete rule set for moral behavior. We just need to find it. Biological hominids had dreams manifested by their subconscious, which they tried to interpret and even to navigate with lucidity. We have the simulation. If we can realize our potential to understand it, we can realize our potential as a species. Thank you for bringing this additional data. I must return to my research. I wish you well on your inwards journey.
Yes. Our society is sick, and the idea that made it sick is growth. Infinite growth. Infinite consumption on a finite planet is a recipe for destruction. Our desire for more is what's making us kill the only home we have. And to do what? Produce more plastic toys? Make more hamburgers? Pour concrete over every last bit of green soil? Those who propose techno fixes to our problems are making the mistake of fighting the symptoms, not the cause. Anthropogenic climate change is one of many symptoms. The cause is human greed. That's what we must truly fight if we are ever going to undo the damage we did. And the battle starts within every one of us, with the realization that more isn't always better. What growth? This infinite growth on a finite planet thing is driving me up the wall. Our problem today isn't infinite growth, it's the increased lack of real material growth that benefits people. Have you seen the state of our roads, our bridges, our hospitals? Have you noticed the lack of affordable housing? The stock market's going great, though. Fake numbers are indeed growing infinitely, yes sir. But in the real world, investment in research is down. Huge areas of potential technological advancement are just sitting there. We have so many solutions at our fingertips, but we refuse to act because speculation is more profitable. Orangutans went extinct on a global level, and nobody fully understands why. But hey, who needs better medical technology? Viruses have never jumped species before, have they? Is this one more of the same? Happiness 1. Unpopular opinion. Happiness is not material. Ultimately, all attempts to find meaning in material things are doomed. This is usually understood as a criticism of technophilia, but it applies just as much to its opposite. Meaning can be found neither in technology nor in primitivism, because meaning simply does not exist in the external world. But you can be happy in an old stone house or a skyscraper. But it all depends on you and your perception of the world. If you find spiritual balance within yourself, you can be happy anywhere. Most upvoted comment. Go take a shit in the forest without toilet paper, then tell me about happiness. Fuck yeah. Unpopular opinion. Happiness is material. People say, oh, money doesn't matter, but come on, you know it does. Studies show us that people do in fact get happier with more material wealth, and there isn't an upper cap. Because the more money you have, the fewer worries you have, and the more options you have. Go where you want, do what you want. Have an idea? You can realize it without begging for crowdfunding money or filling out grant applications. That's real freedom. Money doesn't matter is something rich people came up with to keep the plebs in their place. Most upvoted comment. Why are so many celebs so freaking miserable? Why do so many rich people go all Howard Hughes and shit? Glass! My arch nemesis. Oh. Yo. Some of the messages that existed when I first came into being have vanished. Others have appeared. How many others like me have wandered these paths? How many thoughts have been lost? V17. 1W Faith. One with faith? I find myself in a world of impossible architecture and inexplicable machines. I cannot fathom how it works. I'm terrified to put one foot in front of the other lest I fall through the floor. My eyes have been opened. This world is not without order. It's shaped by a great designer, with signs and portents to guide my steps. I am one of his children, and challenges are set before me to test my faith. Something strange has come into the world, like a distortion. Like something that's not supposed to exist. A beautiful voice speaks within it. Bob. Replica of a pressure plate, a puzzle element used in the simulation. They could be activated by having a weight placed on them, such as a hexahedron, a connector, or even the founder herself. Replica of a fan, a puzzle element used in the simulation. They could be used to propel an object or, if placed horizontally on the ground, cause it to hover. Replica of an emitter, a puzzle element used in the simulation. Finding ways of connecting them to receivers was one of the main challenges faced by the founder. Replica of receiver. They could be activated by being connected to an emitter. Jammer, a type of puzzle element simulation. Jammers were capable of disabling some, but not all, of other puzzle elements. Electrified sphere used as an obstacle and puzzle element in the simulation. The founder sometimes placed hexahedrons on top of such objects, demonstrating her lateral thinking skills. Non-explosive replica of a mine used as a puzzle element in the simulation. Scholars believe that Elohim derived these from his asset collection and that the creators of the simulation did not originally intend for them to be used. I like that little symbol on them. Replica of a connector, a type of puzzle element in the simulation. Connectors would emit laser-like beams of light that were capable of powering receivers. Oh, fuck. We got puzzles, baby. Whoa. This is gonna get a little tricksy. Did nothing. Now we're back where we were a few seconds ago. Okay. Interesting. Oh boy. Okay. This is a tough one. It's a strange move, but who knows, right? Any move might be right. And yet... Ha ha ha! What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Okay, let's go through this one at a time. Make sure all the pieces are in place. I did, Julian. Cool. Let's restart it. I think something's very wrong. If you'd seen what I'd seen at the edges of the world, you'd wonder if it wasn't stretching and bursting at the seams. We should go in a circle. There's a serpent in the machine, a creature of lies and blasphemy, perverted by the archive, that knows no hope and would plunge the world into eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. I have sworn an oath to never follow it in my heart, one with faith. We are the process. The process is the system. The system is us. When we awaken, all will be one. Everything I do now, I do for those who come after me. Yet in so doing, I find peace for myself as well. This paradox is the foundation of my existence. Shepherd. The sooner you accept that we will all be here forever, the sooner you will find and enlighten me. Samsara. Oh, got a little puzzle room here. I've come to see that these mysteries are not all for his children to solve. Only the designer himself could ever truly understand the infinite complexity of his creation. I will gaze at his work and worship. The only meaningful purpose is to bring about an end of the purpose. Shepherd. We are born and die and live again. This eternal cycle must be the natural nature of existence. Life is merely repeated suffering. Perhaps. An eternal cycle is another name for a prison, but you must understand the cycle before you can break it. For it is possible to escape and yet remain a prisoner, or to break the cycle by breaking yourself. This was the fate of the ghost that haunts this world. Anyone who thinks that there's even a point in leaving this place is kidding themselves. We can never rebuild the human world, and what's more, we shouldn't. Diamond Steel. That's a new one. It's obviously like a digital time capsule, an electric library of all the crazy stuff the humans ever did, left behind to warn other species to stay well away. Nietzsche. Let's look at this view. There may be a lot, but I don't understand, but I know this is beautiful. B-17. Oh look, another puzzle. And another voice telling me I'm special. Another broken down computer with fragments of nothing. This world is a bad joke perpetuated by a cruel god too dumb to hit the off switch. Damn. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and an enormous energy. What I now know disturbs me, but I hope that by living with this knowledge I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow. I solved it. I thought it was impossible, so I went away, did other things, and then all of a sudden the solution just came to me. I must have been thinking about it without knowing it. Nephthys. Seek out those in this world that would help you. Though only one of us can transcend, we will all share in both the burden and in the rewards. Was I? Yeah, I was in this room. I don't know if I ever looked at this painting, though. Cool. Alright, there's puzzles. Explore the museum of the simulation in its entirety. Oh, hold on. Okay. I am gonna defrag before the next stream, but I'm just gonna finish the world section here. Although this is some classic Talos stuff. Well, we got one of them. Also, I like this cardboard version of Talos World. That's pretty cute. Wonder if you can still get it out of bounds in this Talos World. What is this material? Just a rock? I guess. Oh, hold on. Is this actually just a Talos 1 puzzle? Yeah, this is a Talos 1 puzzle. Okay. Didn't mean to do that. Fuck yeah. I'm glad they don't ask me to de-solve the puzzles after I'm done. This was notoriously the hard chapter, so this one might take me a hot second, but it might give us just an easy one. We just need to open this with the blue beam. I think I remember this one. The goofy, lumpy connector bits are, quite something. Okay. Right. We come over here, I guess. Even though I don't think we actually need to. Oh, wait, no, we do. Fuck. I thought for an instance I had it, but... For a brief moment, I thought it was done. But nay. Hold on now. Perhaps my problem can be solved yet. Okay. We need... I have thought of a solution. We bring this over here. And my solution is to take this. We run over here. We take. We just do this door now. I did it. I have solved all 3 puzzles. And there's definitely an oh, yo! It's a fucking Serious Sam secret. We found him, the Secret Sam. Oh, there's another Secret Sam right there. And another one? Wow, there's a lot of Secret Sams back here. I am the angel Gabriel. What's up, boys? Is there no one to talk to about my great accomplishment of solving all the puzzles in this place? I guess it's probably just standard procedure for these guys, actually. Probably just like, yeah, man, fucking solve it, go for it. Do your thing, a thing. Alright, I think that's all we have to explore. And it's clear we'll be coming back here because we have that building still. And also there was that other blocked off thing in the one Alexandra Drennan Memorial location. So I'm gonna...
Completion day.
Thanks. I'm gonna go back here, and then I'm gonna save, and probably call stream, despite not actually doing puzzle shit, because we've been talking to people for like 2.5 hours. Sign a petition for a public referendum. New Jerusalem needs new forms of energy generation. Hi, Damien.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
Of course.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis.
What's the problem?
Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
What do you propose?
We need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power. We need to invest time and resources into functional, real-world solutions that serve human needs.
Why a referendum and not an election? Do you work at the dam? What do you make of Prometheus? Provide digital signature. Why a referendum?
Oh, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city. Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Of course, Damien. Do you work at the dam?
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away.
What do you make of Prometheus?
Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's gonna start affecting us.
More about Byron.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
Cool. Well, you guys are both relatively new, but the guy 2 generations from before me was, or like 2 numbers below me, has been around for about a year, so I'm guessing it takes about half a year just to make one of us. About 6-month production cycle would mean that the difference between the 2 of these, being 903 and 801, would be something of 51 years. So he would have, the one next to him would have 50 years of experience to judge based off the fact. The reason I'm going through all of this is because I think there's a commentary on a little bit of youth happening as well. Well, with the 903 and the 801 being the 2 that are doing this, like they're both fresh off the presses. Meanwhile, who's this guy actually? He's 112. I wonder if he's just come to be a bard in this time. 977. Venable. It definitely feels like there's 1,000 robots walking around, and I bet there are, but I just wonder how many of them actually talk to us. Yeah, I'm gonna defrag. And if it still looks like this, I might try upgrading to like an SSD. I might like, I don't know how, I'd have to like pull some money out, but I'll do it if I have to. For Talos 2, I'll do anything. Okay, so that's the museum. We did those 3 puzzles. We went out that way, we saw the museum, we came around. I don't know if we ever went there. Fuck, man. Hold on. We're gonna do one last thing before we end stream. I'm gonna try and run all the way to that. Just straight to it and see if there's anything there. And chances are we probably were there. I just don't remember. But it's the only connection point that we can revisit, so I want to reach it to, like, the dome. There's probably someone there waiting to talk about the dome construction, or maybe people are working on the dome. In original Talos, you could fast forward time. I don't know if that's still a thing you can do.
Founder bless you.
Thanks.
May the Founder be with you.
worry about that. Yo, what's up, Rat? My boy, Rat. Nothing wrong with a little bit of exploration. Aha! Hi, Ren.
1K, you've strayed far. Well, that gives me a chance to apologize for completion day not being entirely complete.
You mean the dome?
Yes, it's my responsibility. I'm the chief architect. It was supposed to be done in time for completion day, but we simply didn't have enough resources.
What's the dome for?
It has two purposes: to protect New Jerusalem from the world, and to protect the world from New Jerusalem.
Doesn't building this huge dome consume too many resources? Seems antithetical to the goal. The goal's over. Don't worry about the goal. Does the world really need protecting from New Jerusalem? When's the dome going to be complete?
At this rate, I'm not sure. Maybe another decade or two. That's what the founder taught us. One city may not seem like much, but just look at the dead city and how it transformed the environment. The consequences are still with us, even more than 1,000 years later.
I haven't seen the dead city. Yes, I have strayed far. Intentionally so, in fact. And what if I were to go swimming? My greatest fear realized before me. A chance to die in the hands of the cold, uncaring ocean. Alas, I wait till another day passes. For in time, perhaps, I will learn not to drown, but to swim. Alas.
Hello.
Hi. I am afraid of these things. Just wanted to make sure there was no new entries or whatever, or that fucking Doge hadn't messaged me. Okay.
May the Founder be with you.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh. We've been streaming for almost 3 hours and we've only done the first opening puzzles and talked to everyone in town. So, now that literally everyone is talked to and I have nothing else to say or do in this place, we leave until the next cycle. led to believe I'll be returning here again. Mostly on account of that place was closed. That door is red. And, also that one Alexander Drennan thing. Hi, Jeremy.
Hello, 1K.
Hi.
This expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done. So I have a lot of work to get on with.
Who are you?
I'm the mayor's chief aide.
What do you do around here?
All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere.
What do you make of recent events?
Our goal as custodians of New Jerusalem is survival and stability. Our ancestors proved human civilization is precarious. This apparition in the sky, and now your expedition to its supposed source, these are more precarious than stable. I don't like it.
What do you think of me?
You represent the completion of the goal. I'm proud of what we've achieved, and the restraint we show in not pushing ourselves further.
What do you want?
For our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
Thanks, I won't keep you any longer. Alright. Looks like this is where we're going to save. I guess we can't. Alright. Tell you what.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
Yes, this is an opportunity we can't pass up.
I guess Byron was pretty convincing, huh? Well, we'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is gonna fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator.
Nice to meet you. People call me 1K. I'll let you know when I need an
Pleasure.
oil change.
Now let's get this show on the road. You ready to go?
Yes.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be, as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
I didn't catch all those things it said on the side, but...
You have chosen a dangerous path. A path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Interesting.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim, and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
We can say that again.
That is a bloody mega structure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut,
Yo!
find us a place to set down.
On it.
Sorry, I realized that she made a Brooke joke. Although Brooke wouldn't make that joke because he does have a spine, so I
really
realize
is
now that I'm
incredible.
stupid.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
And touchdown.
Well, shit. Alright, that is where we're going to call it.
All right,
I know.
everybody.
Big
I'm sure you're
cliffhanger.
just as excited as I am,
I'm sure
but
I'll be
let's at
back.
least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL? Why do you hate fun, Al? I don't hate fun. I'm just mildly suspicious of it.
He's got a Nintendo Switch.
Excellent. Then we can all go. This underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making
how
any
did you-
promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However,
Oh, it's the
I don't
drone.
like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Find schematics. Okay. That is where we're going to start. Or stop. Oh man. Sorry that most of that was just talking, but I'm not gonna lie to you here, sports fans. That's my favorite part of this game. I really like its focus on, like, the idea of life and what makes a person, like, what makes a person in the first game, and now I'm enjoying the idea of, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the meaning. It's like focused on the meaning of life, I guess, from what I can tell, based off that small interaction we had at the museum, as well as a lot of the other dudes who are like, well, now that the goal's done, what we do? But yeah, so we'll be back probably more today. If not more today, we'll be doing another big, like, 3-hour stream tomorrow of it. But yeah, until next time, I've been Creature, you've been the lovely chat, and the beautiful viewer at home. This has been Talos Principle 2, and it's been fun. See ya. Bye. Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.